All right, we're back here in the Rock Cave at Song of the Day. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. Today is April 22nd, and up until last night, I had a different song for today. And part of it is my idea that once a week, maybe on Wednesdays, I'm going to do a Song of the Day from either a band that you've not heard of, or a song that lives in my head that you've not heard of, or a deep track from a band that you know but maybe never heard. I've got a lot of music up here that kind of sits there that I just want to share with people because maybe you've never even heard it before, and I'd love to hear feedback from people about what they think about the songs that I share. So I have a lot of music that I want to share in that regard, and it'll be stuff that maybe you've never heard before. There's a good chance you've never heard of it before, but give it a shot when I do it, and that's what we're going to do today as far as this is concerned. But today we're switching it up because when I was checking things out, it's someone's birthday. His name is Paul Carrack, and he's 69. Anyone here know who Paul Carrack is? I'll give you a second. Do you recognize that name? Nope. Okay, I didn't think so. This is a guy who can walk around pretty much anywhere and you won't know who he is by face and by name, and no one will ever know who he is, but chances are you know a lot of his songs. So Paul Carrack, born in the UK, songwriter, singer, multi-instrument player. He forms a band in the 1970s called Ace, and they had one hit. And for those of you who are my age or older, they probably know this song. It's called How Long, one of those great 70s like slow ballads. And it's just a great song. So if you know the song How Long, it's by this band called Ace, and Paul Carrack is the singer and writer. And they had exactly that one hit, and they broke up like a year later. Paul Carrack kind of floats around. He becomes the keyboardist for Roxy Music. Then in the 85... Sorry, I'm going to go back to 81. In 81, the band Squeeze kind of recruits him to become their singer. And he does. He becomes their singer, and he sings the song Tempted by Squeeze, this guy. Everyone knows that song. So he's the singer of that song. It's a huge hit. And then he leaves the band a year later. So he leaves, and then he floats around again. And then Mike Rutherford forms Mike and the Mechanics, who I talked about before, because Mike Rutherford was in Genesis. Mike and the Mechanics was a super group. You just kind of forget this. But he joins Mike and the Mechanics, and Paul Carrack actually sings some of their hits, Silent Running and The Living Years. I know you know those songs. Does anyone know who the other singer in that band was? The other singer in Mike and the Mechanics is Paul Young. You know who Paul Young is? You probably know a lot of his hits. Every Time I Go Away, Love of the Common People, and probably his best one, Come Back and Stay. Those are all great songs, and he sings their other hits, All I Need Is a Miracle and Taken In. That's pretty amazing, right? That's cool. I love this stuff. Mike and the Mechanics, they do their thing. Paul Carrack leaves. He joins Roger Waters' touring band, the Bleeding Heart Band, and that's who he tours with as backup singers and players. And I think he even sang backup on a couple of songs from his solo Radio Chaos album. Paul Carrack also had one hit on his own in 87. He's a solo hit. It's called Don't Shed a Tear. It was all over MTV in 87, and you might recognize that song if you hear it. So that's what we're doing for Song of the Day today. His name is Paul Carrack. We're going to share the Ace song on my thread, so you know that one. But we're going to go with Squeeze, Tempted, because he sings that, and it's just crazy. So that's the story today. Check it out. Don't forget to subscribe to my page on YouTube, and we'll see you on the flip side.